Alright folks, so this is round 2 of the lobster cooking. We got some flack last time for leaving the bands on, so that's the way we know how to do it, so that's the way we're going to do it. And once again, we're cooking 2 dozen fresh Atlantic lobster. They came right off the boat today, so stay tuned for the next step. So what we did here is we put the J-cloth in, because we did take seawater with us in the cooler. So it's just going to strain through the J-cloth. It's going to take a little longer to get into the pot. But as you can see, it is working. We're getting clean seawater here. So I heard the best way to cook the lobsters is in seawater, so that's what we're going to do. On a personal note, it doesn't seem as bad this time now that we had practiced the first time round. So hopefully this video goes a little smoother than last time. So stay tuned for the next step. So now we got the water and the seawater in the pots. We're just going to wait for them to start boiling. This is the way we're going to do it. This is the way I was told to do it. So we're just going to wait for this to boil. Then we're going to get some lobsters in the pot. So we're going to fast forward to the next step. So we got the first pot of water boiling now. We're just going to drop the lobsters in. Best way to do it is put them in head first. So that's what we're going to do. Put a few in this pot. Nope, that one didn't want to go in. Oh, there he goes. Okay, that's 4 in this pot, so we're going to fast forward until we get the rest of them started to cook. Okay, now we're going to take the lobsters out of the cooler. Pick a nice one like this one here. We're going to walk over to the pot. And we're going to dump them in. And we're going to watch them cook. We're going to come back to the cooler. Got another one right here. Creepy little things if you want my honest opinion, but it's a delicacy. People love them. Come over. Okay, now we're going to fast forward to the next part. We're not going to bore you with the details of filling the whole pot.
Good.
Okay, so now we're just going to get my friend Christina here to show one of the lobsters, to show you how it's done.
So if you're going for the tail, what you want to do is you want to take your hands, you want to twist, and it comes off. Now if you want to crack that open, you want to go like that, and then you want to break it apart, just like this. And then you pull it out, wipe that goo off, because I don't like it. And then you just take that, and there's a little string right here, and you pull it, and that separates it. So you can throw all that in there except for the vein, which is gross, which is right here. And the same goes for the other side. You just want to take that vein off because no one wants to eat that. You can eat that red stuff as that's egg belly. And to take the legs off, you just break them off. They're pretty easy to go. And you put those in a different container, or if you can use the same one, it doesn't really matter. Most people chew those with the claw still part on it because it gets the juices out. So what we're going to do now is a claw. Now there's a couple ways you could do that. I like detaching the knuckle part off the claw, and you just crunch, and then you crack it in half. Sometimes hard, sometimes depending on the thickness of the shell, but it'll go. You want to make sure you take this rubbery bone out for you don't choke, and this should just pop right out, just like it did. So there's the claw, and the same thing works with these. You just take it, crunch, crunch. And then you just take a fork or something and just pull out that lobster meat right there. Or if you have, you can break it apart, stick your finger through and poke it out. And it'll land right in the bucket. So that's how you clean a lobster.